I want to talk about Mike Collins, Senate candidate Mike Collins, Congressman Mike Collins, his AI video. So apparently, they dropped this AI video of Mike Collins. I'm sorry, of John Ossoff. So the Mike Collins team, another misstep. I will honestly say this is another misstep by the campaign. They dropped an AI video of John Ossoff essentially saying that he doesn't like farmers and he's never seen a farm. And they're trying to be funny, but it's an AI video, and they admit to it being an AI video. So they're not trying to be sneaky or anything, but they admit to it being an AI video. But I'm thinking to myself, why would you drop an AI video if you're running for Senate and John Ossoff is the incumbent? You don't have enough ammunition to just run ads or run videos or run stuff saying what he's done or not done that you disagree with. You just can't stand on the ideas. Why would you do this? And it shows kind of I would say the immaturity of this campaign, which is why I endorsed Derek Dooley. It's just immature campaign. It's an immature move. And more importantly than that, it's silly, but it also doesn't show the seriousness that you need to have to be a U.S. Senator. Part of the reason why I like Derek Dooley is because he is a serious guy. He comes across as a serious guy. I met him in person. He's a serious guy. This AI video that the Mike Collins campaign dropped about with John Ossoff shows that it's not a serious campaign. Why would you make a joke and make an AI video? Isn't there enough policy disagreements you have with with Senator Ossoff that you can just run on ideas and better ideas? Why would you do this? It's silly. It's not becoming a senator in the United States Senate. It's something that a person running for Congress would do. And it just further supports my decision to support Derek Dooley. I want to go to my good friend, Matt Shirah. Matt?
Hey, you got me?
Yes, sir. Hey, Matt Shirah from Scofflaw. We just talked about what's going on with this hemp industry, but I wanted to get you on, my friend, to kind of talk more about it and what people can do. But before we get to that, what is the impact of this kind of decision to almost kill this industry?
Yeah, it's surprising, but well, I don't know if it's surprising, but it's politics, and the end result, Shelley, could be that it shuts down enough businesses in Georgia. Let's take my business, for example. I've got over 100 employees, and this goes into effect, supposedly goes into effect a year from now. We haven't seen the final language, but it could put us out of business, and we could lose 100 jobs, and we could lose, 9 figures of economic impact, 150 million in tax revenue for the state. I mean, it wasn't very well thought out, but again, it's not the state people. This is up in D.C. So.
And is this across the board? Is this Republicans and Democrats doing this? Can we blame one side, or is it just both sides?
Well, it feels like, strangely enough, a Republican effort to me. Mitch McConnell. Kentucky is the highest producing hemp state, I believe, in the United States. He's got farmers that he put up to increasing their crops and growing more hemp based on the 2018 Farm Bill, and it feels like he just threw them under the bus.
And the Republicans, you mean? All the Republicans, yeah.
Yeah, the Republicans, and they look, they're not going to stop it for this spending bill, but he just slipped it right in there. And and Rand Paul made a good, gave it a shot, but there's just no way to stop it because of the momentum of the spending bill.
Where's the opposition coming from? Because I haven't heard a single person, particularly on the Republican side in MAGA or anything, whatever you want to call us as voters, Republican voters, I haven't heard anybody complaining about this. Where's this opposition coming from?
Well, I think you've got medical and recreational cannabis, right, that are kind of playing a protectionist game here, and then you've got big alcohol, who's really grasping at straws because the alcohol market is in so much trouble, and they're not. People think that hurting other people's businesses will turn the business back to them, and it's just not going to happen that way. People have moved on from a lot of people have moved on from alcohol, and they're looking for something that they feel like is healthier. And, we're regulated by the state. It's not like we don't have
Right.
We have to go through the hurdles. We get licensed. We have multiple laboratories checking our stuff. There are always, I'm sure there are bad actors out there, but Lord, what you're going to do now is just push everybody to the bad actors.
Right, exactly. And it also hurts the farmers here in Georgia that grow hemp. Is that right? Is that correct?
Correct. That would put them pretty much out of business, and just like it's going to do to the guys in Kentucky and I think Minnesota and other states.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy that Republicans are doing this when they're the party of free market capitalism. What are your comments to that?
Well, we'll address it one day at a time now, and hopefully we won't lose. I'd hate to lose jobs, but we're also going to miss out on the opportunity to create new jobs. I mean, finally, our business, which was a brewery back in the day, is now growing again. So, it's really it kind of makes you look at things a little bit differently. And I've been listening to you lately and looking at different thinking about views different ways. And look, I think Ossoff and Warnock are on our side on this. And I mean, it's not a single issue world, but
right.
Like
but for you and your employees, it really is. It does become a single issue.
Well, it does. It does for my people, and that's we've done everything we can do for our people. I've invested millions of dollars over the last few years, and done everything we can to build this business up. I used my life savings to keep my people employed, and now we stand to lose all the money we invested, and only at least 100 jobs in our organization alone.
Absolutely, and there's many more hundreds around the state, and that doesn't include
all over the place.
Right, include the other parts of the country, and more importantly, it also includes the farmers who are producing the product.
Well, listen, the retailers, Shelley, are this is the fastest growing product in the retail markets. I mean, in the stores, it was in the liquor stores before they took it out of the liquor stores, but for total. The fastest growing category. People are interested in this.
Right, absolutely.
Can you legislate away the demand? I don't know.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it. And you said something interesting. I want to go back to what you said because I know you personally. We're on the phone with Matt Shirah, owner of Scofflaw Brewery, which makes a great THC infused product, which I consume as well. You said something about Ossoff and Warnock on your side on this. And I know your, voting history and so forth. What is that? What are you? Can you be a little bit more specific in what you're saying when you say Ossoff and Warnock are on our side with this?
Well, basically, what I'm saying that is that they didn't. They voted for the amendment that Rand Paul put forth.
Right.
They voted with us in almost every way, and they, I got responses from those guys. I've spoken to Ossoff's office. I mean, we're educating those guys still, but they didn't. They weren't quick to just disregard our industry. And it's kind of, it hurts, right?
Right. Of course it does. Of course it does. And it means that you can go in a different direction as well, one that protects your business. Matt, love you, brother. Stay strong.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in this fight right alongside you and know that there's a lot of people on the Republican side of the fence and the Libertarian side of the fence who are in this fight with you.
I appreciate it, man. I love you. God bless you.
God bless you, brother. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Matt Shirah of Scofflaw Brewery. I know there's a bunch of you out there may have issues, may have your thoughts and your opinions around hemp, THC, and all of that stuff. But this is an industry. It's not some out the back door industry. It's regulated here in Georgia, and it's supported by Republican politicians here in Georgia. And let me give a hint to those running on the Republican side for governor. If you're bold enough, and you're forward-thinking enough, and I'm speaking, to the guy I just endorsed more than the other two, but you would come out in support of this as well. You would, because it's free market capitalism. A safe product is developed. There's demand for it. It's regulated. It's a good product. It's a healthy product, and people are consuming it. And politicians want to destroy it at the behest of other industries. If you're a free market capitalist like I am, you would stand up for the hemp industry. You really would. But we'll see what happens. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. When we come back, I want to talk about these Epstein emails. This is going to be good. We'll be right back.